Hello everybody and welcome back to another tutorial video. Yeah, why am I doing aircraft again? Well, a lot of people have asked me to do an airplane tutorial with the early parts in career mode, and I'm gonna do just that. And by a lot of people I mean like 4 people, but considering the size of my channel, that's a pretty high percent, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So let's just get started. I'll go ahead and start a new world, and we'll see you on the other side when I'm done with that. And okay, it's time to get started. Let me just comment one little thing. I have one mod installed at the moment, and that is Scatterer. That's kind of an atmospheric effect and some better water effects. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description for you in case you enjoy that little enhancement yourself. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right down to it and get started. Basically, the first thing you need to worry about is getting up to this little node right here, the aviation node. And when you're starting out, you don't have a whole lot of science. So that is the first thing we're going to do. And in case you already know what to do, go ahead and skip to the airplane building part. I'll put a little thing on the screen for you to click on so you don't have to watch everything or search for it. So now that I've gotten rid of half my audience, let's go ahead and go to the mission control and get some science going here. Basically, the first things you want to do is get scientific data, launch our first vessel. That's always a good one. We're not going to escape the atmosphere. Besides, at the moment, you can only pick up 2 missions. So let's just go ahead and do those 2. Get into our VAB. Yeah, it's not an aircraft. It's a little tiny rocket. And just click, got it. And we're just going to go ahead and do the command pod, and the only engine available to us right now is the Flea RT5 solid fuel booster. So let's put that on the rocket, and let us not forget our parachutes. So basically 3 atoms is what you need. And keep in mind, if you've seen my previous videos, I always forget this, so I'm not going to forget it this time. It's the staging. It's got the rocket going off at the same time as my chute, and that you're going to have a bad time. So let's fix that. And another thing you might want to do, oops, wrong button. I said wrong button. There we go. Is thrust limiter, so you don't burn up or basically get yourself killed on your first mission. So thrust limiter to about half is what I like to do. I like a little oomph on it. So yeah, this one is all ready to go and get some science. We are going to build an aircraft in this episode. Alright, we're on the launch pad. We're not going to launch right away. We want to get as much science as we can just from the launch pad area. So go ahead and do a crew report. And bring this guy out on EVA. And hopefully he doesn't fall. And do EVA report here. 5.6 science. Very nice. And a little trick I found is if you click here and do take data and then board, you'll be able to do another crew report wherever you're going to land. So that helps I get a little extra science right off the bat. But it's time to... And as you can see, we got a little bit more of science modules. Got a few more science modules, so I'll go ahead and observe the goo right off the bat. Goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now, but we'll keep that data. And we'll go and I'm going to do that next time. So let's launch this sucker again. And this time we're going to go north. We kind of want to go in different directions to hit different biomes. So, without further ado, I'm not even going to count down. Let's launch. And let's head north. We might be doing a water landing, but that's okay. And I am going to go ahead and wait till I'm about 2,000 meters, and I will pop this thing. Observe. 17 science. Very nice. And I will pop this. 7 science. And do a crew report, 3.5 science. Let's go ahead and pop the chutes. Okay, we're lawn darting it. That's alright. This is why I like this mod, the scatterer. Look at the water. Makes it all the more interesting, I think, and also the little hazy effect actually makes those mountains seem a lot further away. And let's go ahead and land it here. Let's hope it survives. Yeah, it survived. Okay. It's a little risky. And let's go ahead and bring him out for a little EVA. Grab an EVA report from the shores. 3.2. We'll take data. And we will board and do another crew report. Just like that. And what you're going to do to get enough science is just rinse and repeat. Try to go off and fly off in different directions, and you'll have that science in no time. Usually takes about 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and you'll have enough science to build your first aircraft, which is our goal in this episode, or this tutorial. So let's just see how that went. Let's recover that vessel. And we picked up 45 science. We already got 2 missions. We have enough to open the aircraft. Let's do it right now. All right. That didn't take very long at all. So 2 missions. Pretty awesome. Now we can make space planes, or whatnot. So very nice. We'll see you in the in the hangar, in the aircraft hangar. Thank you. I'll be right back. And as you can see, we got a little bit more of science modules. Got a few more science modules, so I'll go ahead and observe the goo right off the bat. Goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now, but we'll keep that data. And we'll go and I can do that next time. So let's launch this sucker again. And this time we're going to go north. We kind of want to go in different directions to hit different biomes. So, without further ado, I'm not even going to count down. Let's launch. And let's head north. We might be doing a water landing, but that's okay. And I am going to go ahead and wait till I'm about 2,000 meters, and I will pop this thing. Observe. 17 science. Very nice. And I will pop this. 7 science. And do a crew report. 3.5 science. Let's go ahead and pop the chutes. Okay, we're lawn darting it. That's alright. This is why I like this mod, the scatterer. Look at the water. Makes it all the more interesting, I think, and also the little hazy effect actually makes those mountains seem a lot further away. And let's go ahead and land it here. Let's hope it survives. Yeah, it survived. Okay. It's a little risky. And let's go ahead and bring him out for a little EVA. Grab an EVA report from the shores. 3.2. We'll take data. And we will board and do another crew report. Just like that. And what you're going to do to get enough science is just rinse and repeat. Try to go off and fly off in different directions, and you'll have that science in no time. Usually takes about 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and you'll have enough science to build your first aircraft, which is our goal in this episode, or this tutorial. So let's just see how that went. Let's recover that vessel. And we picked up 45 cents. We already got 2 missions. We have enough to open the aircraft. Let's do it right now. All right. That didn't take very long at all. So 2 missions. Pretty awesome. Now we can make space planes, or whatnot. So very nice. We'll see you in the in the hangar, in the aircraft hangar. Thank you. I'll be right back. All right, it's time to get building your first little aircraft in career mode. Do yourself a favor. This runway before is upgrade it. Do yourself that favor right away, because this thing is bumpier than any terrain out there. And with the first landing gears you get, they have an interesting ability in this version, in which you will see. So let's just go ahead and upgrade it. Yes, it costs money, but oh well, it's worth it, trust me. So let's get building. Alright, we are in the space plane hangar getting ready to build our first plane. And there goes a motorcycle outside my window. And yeah, I live right in the middle of the city, so yeah, it gets noisy here at times, and today is a holiday here in Norway. So yeah, please excuse the eventual noises that will strike us at any time. Anyway, let's go ahead and put down our cockpit. This is the Mk1 cockpit. And I like to bring along some science, just because. Yeah, I have a little problem with my mouse. It likes to double click. I gotta take care of that. So you might see a little weird things happening every once in a while. The little science, Science Junior SC 9001. Very good. We are going to need some fuel tanks. So here we have some liquid fuel. And I'm going to go ahead and bring 2 of them. And that is good. So at this time, your aircraft should look something like this. It's not an aircraft yet, because we are going to need some wings. Now you can use these wing connectors. Sure, they work just fine. I do like to use it with a little... I like the swept wings just because of the looks. So hit X for symmetry and place your wings. Now see the double clicking? Very annoying. See, it kind of got nice profile there. I like the swept wings. And do not forget about your control surfaces. This gets a little yanky. You got to rotate it just right. There we go. In this case it was A. This is the correct one. And Alt click to copy that so you don't have to rotate it again. I like to bring 2 of them. Very good. And what else do we need? We need some what do you call them? Wings in the back. Wings in the back, scientific term for wings in the back. And turn off symmetry and put a little tail fin. And we got a little aircraft going on right here. Now here's where it gets a little tricky, because where are we going to put the engines? Right? So bring up your move tool, which is the little circle with the 3 lines on it. and select your wings with, don't do what I did, with symmetry on. Select your wings and move them up. This is where my mouse likes to mess things up. Move them up a little bit. Well, just like that. Just like that. As high as they go, I think that was it. And then we have the little tiny fuel fuselages right here. We'll put them right on the center with the symmetry on. They might actually clip into these, but we'll see. We'll see about that. I think it'll work. Actually, if I actually just do a little rotate action. Hold down shift, or actually you can turn off toggle snap for this, get a better result, and slightly tilt them upwards because we don't have a whole lot of room here, so it looks just about like that. It doesn't have to be exact. It'll work. It'll work just fine. And your basic jet engine, these are small engine and not very powerful. So you got those, and under your aerodynamics, grab your small circular intake right there with your symmetry on, of course. And there you go, you have 2 engines. What I like to do though is put a 3rd engine, because these are not very powerful at all, so I like to put a 3rd little engine right on the back. Looks ugly, but it'll help you. The last piece of equipment you need is the landing gears, and let me tell you, just right off the bat, for some reason in this version, I don't know if it's my install or what it is, these landing gears are explosive, and it can make landing quite a pain in the you know what. So just keep that in mind when you're making it, and also symmetry on, of course, and your toggle. And I like to put it basically on that little. You can, let's say it's double clicking. There we go. You can see. I like to put it right on that little bottom line here, and they kind of tilt inwards, but you are going to get a weird oscillating thing with these landing gears if you put them exactly on the middle, and so they're straight down. It might still do it. It's pretty bizarre. I'll show you. Makes flying a little bit of a pain, or taking off. And last but not least, your little front nose cone. Make sure you turn your symmetry off for the nose cone. The nose cone can. What happened to me? Another thing. It actually put symmetry and 2 landing gears on the same spot, and I couldn't figure out why my aircraft was exploding just as soon as it touched the ground. It was really weird. But there you have it. Your first little aircraft. You might want to take a look at your, the last thing you want to do is take a look at your center of mass versus center of lift. And you can see we're actually not too bad right here. For the game, if you're using your keyboard for control, I like to keep it pretty close to the center, just because of flying around. But as people have pointed out before, is that center of gravity is usually not in the middle of the aircraft. It's actually either in front of the center mass or in the rear, like it is here. And the reason why I like it in the center for keyboard controls, because you don't have to use the trim feature all that much, and you're flying as straight as possible. But keep in mind that once you're flying, you are draining fuel, so your center of mass will adjust in flight. So let's just go ahead and call this something. So I'll see that double clicking. Okay. We'll just call it first plane, first plane, plant, plane, and save that. Go ahead and save that. So, without further ado, it's time to test this thing. Are you guys ready? Because I'm not. Alright, see you on the runway. I'll just double check that I saved it. We got Jebediah in the cockpit, so let's just go ahead and launch. And we are on the runway. See what I mean about the little oscillating effect? Well, it kind of proved me wrong. Oh well, let's go ahead and steer the plane into the runway. Put your SAS on. Leave that on because trust me, it will help. We are a little rear heavy for these landing gears, so without further ado, we'll go ahead and quick save it right here, because that way you don't have to keep reloading it. Let's fire our engines. And full throttle. Now I am using an Xbox 360 controller. It's an old one, it's pretty worn out, but I like it. Okay, you want to get up to a little bit of speed and don't pull back too hard because you will. There we go. And we are airborne. Flying around in your own aircraft. Now the controls with a keyboard are WASD, A, D, S, W. And for rolling, it's Q and E. Yeah, I sound like a person talking to idiots, but you guys aren't idiots. So, what I like to do is I like to take a round trip, basically around the airport, and land the same direction I took off. Because that kind of shows that your aircraft is flight worthy, and this thing is quite maneuverable. Alright. Flying an aircraft. Look at Jebediah. He's as happy as can be. His first aircraft mission. Yeah, keep in mind these landing gears are explosives, and they can't handle anything. It's pretty depressing, really. I hope they will fix that, because well, I guess not a lot of people are using these, so it's not really that common of a problem. We'll fly a little bit inland. Getting some altitude. We can get some science while we're at it. How's that? 3.8 science. We'll pick that up. We're going to close the door and grab ourselves some crew report, which gives us nothing, but why not? Because we already picked up the science. Let's go ahead and get turned around. Yeah, careful not to, whoa, yeah. Careful not to do what I do. And I'm sure you guys have a better flying ability than me. I am not very good at the flying part. But I can build some working aircraft, and that's pretty much all that I am concerned about in this video, at least. Okay, let's go ahead and throttle down. I like to do a quick save. And we are on final approach to KSC. Wind speed 0. But yet experiencing turbulence. Jebediah is looking happy as ever, which he shouldn't be because these landing gears are made of TNT. And I will show you why. It takes quite a bit of finesse to land this thing with these gears. So I recommend getting more science and unlocking the next tier. But this is all we got right now. So let's go ahead. Just let the aircraft settle. Let it settle ever so gently. Ever so gently. Brakes, 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 brakes. Yeah, don't hit the ground harder than that. Like I said, it takes a lot of finesse and a lot of practice, and I should have adjusted my brake. Come on, stop, stop. You can adjust your brake settings how much you want to brake for, but I think we're going to be fine. Whew. Yeah, these landing gears are quite the weird, bouncy little can't handle anything type landing gear, but they work. Just be real careful with the landing, and don't forget to practice. And if you think this video went smoothly, just watch the next few seconds. Alright, see that? Even though people have played this game as much as that can have trouble in this game, so early game parts is very difficult. I do understand. The best thing you to do is just keep at it, keep crashing. Heck, make little videos if you're crashing and put them together. It's actually pretty funny, and once you've gotten over the frustration of always crashing. But yeah, I hope this has been a little bit helpful, and leave a comment if there's anything else you want to see. I do read all the comments. I may not always have time to answer them because I work an awful lot. Got some time off this weekend. I got a long 4-day weekend, and I am going to enjoy it. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to play games. I'm going to have a lot of fun just relaxing and not working. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and keep practicing and keep having fun. For me, this is one of the best games ever made. So thank you, squad, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.